My home that I live in now, some of my priorities had shifted a little bit from when I was younger. I was looking for something with a little bit more space, but was still close to downtown. I wanted something that could get me to the beach within a couple minutes, but I wanted something where I could, when I went home, I felt like I was away from the office and gave me enough distance that just time to relax really and enjoy myself when I was there. The home itself is it's got a nice big backyard. It's close to all the elementary schools, and it's a 5-minute walk for me to get to the YMCA. And that to me saves me a ton of time and just really provides me with a sense of home when I'm there, as opposed to when I used to live downtown and there was so much going on. When I was buying my first home, there was a lot of things I didn't take into account. I knew the neighborhood I wanted to be in, but I didn't know the right things to look for. I ended up buying a home on a four-way street stop, or a four-way stop sign with a bus that ran every 15 minutes outside my front door. And it was a very busy location. The house was beautiful. Everything about it looked great. When I had originally looked at the house, it was fantastic. But that bus that came by the house every 15 minutes, didn't matter if it was 6 in the morning or 11 o'clock at night. And when the picture would rattle above my bed, I wish there would have been somebody who could have helped me out and pointed that out to me when I was buying that house. It was a great house to live in, but when it came time to sell it, it was difficult because there was that extra traffic and other people knew to look out for that, whereas when I was buying my home for the first time, I didn't know any better. When you're considering buying your first home, you really need to take into account your long-term plans and your short-term plans. Where are you going to be in 5 years? Where are you going to be in 2 years? Is it important to you to have something that you can sell quickly, or are you looking for something that you might want to keep as a rental, as a long-term investment? So before you start looking for a home, these are things that you should really start to think about and consider whether or not you're going to stay in the home for the long term or not. One of the other things I try and have my clients and friends look out for when they're buying a home, be it their first home or their second home, is to really pay attention to the neighborhood that they're buying in. It might fit their needs, but will it fit someone else's needs when they go and sell it? So it's something that's really important to have in the back of your mind when you're shopping. If one home is a little bit prettier but it's on a busy street, maybe you should buy the one that you can do the paint job and you can update the flooring that's maybe one street over and isn't quite so busy, or is next to a park. So neighborhood is very important when you're buying, as well as especially when you're selling. One of the things that you really need to keep in mind when you're buying a home is your budget. It's great to go and get pre-approved, but then you also have to crunch the numbers on your own and make sure that you're spending the right amount of money per month. You want to make sure that you can keep the kids in hockey or dance, and you want to make sure that if you want to go out on an extra vacation and take the family down to Mexico, you can do that. It's very important to make sure that you're comfortable. You don't necessarily need to spend every penny that they give you, because that doesn't necessarily get you the lifestyle that you need. And lifestyle is everything. Downsizing is a very difficult thing to plan for most people. It's a concept that most people don't think of until the last minute, but it's really important to plan it out beforehand if possible. how much space are you going to need in the future? Do you need an extra bedroom for grandchildren who are coming by? Do you want, to be in a smaller home where, no one's going to come and bother you? My job comes in where I help to try and moderate a little bit, as opposed to going off the deep end and downsizing into a shoebox.